certain someone had just subscribed to me on YouTube and wanted to share that. It's actually really cool. So I look up to this guy.
This was the day of April 29, 2018. Jake the Viking uploaded a video about how happy he was to see MrBeast had subscribed to his YouTube channel. 2 months later, on June 23rd, he made his first appearance on MrBeast channel through the video "Do Water Repellent Shoes Actually Work?" But only 22 months later, he uploaded "Why I Left MrBeast" on his own channel, which soon gained over 1 million subscribers due to being associated with the biggest YouTuber ever. However, these subscribers are seemingly meaningless, seeing how his average video gains less than 20,000 views, with more recent videos not even getting past 10,000. Not being able to reach 95% of your subscribers is already wild, but it's even sadder that the trend continues with his Twitch channel, where he averages less than 20 active viewers despite having 92,000 followers. Was it worth leaving the channel that has now conquered YouTube itself? And more importantly, is there any chance that Jake the Viking will ever return? During 2018, a decent portion of MrBeast's content was experimentation. $10,000 eye sculpture versus flame. How many toy cars does it take to pull a real car? World's hottest substance versus coldest substance. A lot of times, these sorts of videos required a strong person to move around heavy weights and swing around heavy weapons. But among MrBeast crew, there wasn't a member who could qualify. And it just so happened that Jake was the perfect person to fit this role. In fact, his first appearance featured him lifting up a giant cinder block to help with the video "Do Water Repellent Shoes Actually Work?"
I want to dunk this cinder block in this water, but it's really heavy.
You rang?
Yeah, that was my Viking call. Hey, can you dip this in the water tank for me? It's really heavy, but you're like a big boy. Now lift it out. And look, that's the part with EverDry. That's the part without it. Alright, Mr. Viking, you can go.
Following his appearance, he participated in the next video and soon became a part of the Beast Crew, which landed him a spot for his first MrBeast challenge, Last to Remove Hand Gets Lamborghini challenge. For his first challenge, Jake actually did pretty good. He was the only one remaining aside from Chris. But 5 hours in while eating lunch, he completely forgot the premise and took off his hand to swat the fly, losing the challenge. Fortunately, Chris decided to take the money and split it evenly among all contestants instead of taking the car, meaning that Jake walked off with about $4,500 despite losing. And his second challenge went even better.
Alright, low gangsters. Last one of you to take your hand off this house gets to keep it.
6.5 hours in, he once again made it to the end with just one more contestant remaining. But this time, instead of being tricked by circumstances, they decided to share the house and move in together. 8 days later, on January 17, he won his first challenge in this video.
It's time for the Egg Olympics. We have 7 contestants and 7 games. If you lose a game, you are kicked out of the Egg Olympics and you get pelted by eggs. Last one in the Egg Olympics wins 10 grand.
He then went on to win $5,000 each in these 2 videos. World's largest bowl of cereal and last to leave roller coaster wins $20,000 challenge. By this point, Jake had fully integrated himself into the MrBeast crew. He even took 2 of the members to their first LSU football game. Despite that, there were also a few issues. Being part of so many videos meant that Jake didn't really have much freedom. If there was a convention he wanted to attend, he had to put it off for work. He would have to sacrifice traveling in favor of recording. More importantly, as long as his primary content was with MrBeast, he would always remain a side character, always just a shadow of another creator. Plus, one of his passions was to stream video games, which once again wasn't completely allowed by the hectic schedule of MrBeast videos. But for now, he continued. And on October 10, 2019, Jake participated in one of his final challenges. Just like Jake's first challenge, he was competing against 3 other people. But this time the prize was much bigger, and alongside it, the challenge was much harder as well. Because this time they weren't allowed to stand on solid ground. Instead, they had to stand in waist-high water while keeping their hands firmly on the boat. Strangely enough, this challenge ended up mirroring Jake's first challenge in more ways than one. In under 2 hours, it was already down to the final 2 contestants, Jake and the man who beat him last time, Chris. But was Jake determined not to let history repeat itself? 3 hours passed, then 4, 5, 6, and 7. By 8 hours in, it was completely nighttime. Darkness engulfed everything and pretty much nothing was visible, but the worst enemy was the ruthless cold, and it was only gonna get worse. 9 hours in.
Seawater makes me really sick, and when I'm really sick, it makes me very tired.
He's pretty hard driven, so we'll see.
Are you going?
I'll probably see you in the morning.
Chris was starting to really struggle while Jake wasn't showing many signs of pain. With every passing moment, he was getting closer and closer to victory.
Chris, are you giving up?
What? You're giving up?
I don't want to do this no more.
What?
Jake had done it. This win is now his final and biggest win on the MrBeast channel. January 18, 2020, MrBeast uploaded $60,000 Extreme Hide and Seek Challenge. This video marked the final time Jake appeared on the channel. After this upload, Jake mysteriously disappeared. He stopped appearing in videos and no one ever mentioned him, almost like he was never there in the first place. Until April 7, when Jake finally addressed the situation in a video that now has over 18 million views. Why I left MrBeast.
Cool. And then after that, I was no longer asked to be in any videos. I was still on payroll, still getting paid. And I took that kind of, this is cool, I get to sit at home and get paid, but at the same time, you know.
By this point, Jake had been working with MrBeast for almost 2 whole years, and his content had changed drastically from the experimental, physically demanding challenges. Because of this, Jake's character of being the strong Viking didn't fit in as well as it used to. Furthermore, Jake had also made it clear to MrBeast that he wasn't gonna stay with the channel long term because he didn't want to restrain his freedom. To round it out, Jake clarified that his friendship with MrBeast was still intact and that he was excited for the future. It's actually heartwarming that this separation was so cool, like no drama, no hate, nothing like that. It was something you don't get to see often. Basically, he got tired of being an employee. He wanted to start his own brand, be his own boss, do his own thing, which is respectable. He didn't want to be just that guy on every MrBeast video. Good luck to you, Viking. The comments were overwhelmingly positive, with pretty much everyone supporting his decision. The 18 million views also brought a ton of attention to his channel, and to capitalize, Jake started posting more videos than ever before. However, these videos didn't really succeed in fulfilling their purpose. If we look at Jake's uploads after the MrBeast video, we can see a clear pattern. 286,000 views, 169,000 views, 109,000 views, and 59,000 views. The attention brought by the viral video slowly fizzled out until Jake hit his baseline. But this doesn't explain why his videos always underperform, because after the extra attention was gone, he still managed to create outlier videos. The problem holding Jake back is most likely inconsistency. His content is all over the place, going to a music festival, staying at a haunted house, unboxing gaming laptops, push-up challenge with the world's strongest man. It's hard to see how any of these videos are related. If a viewer subscribes to watch Jake exploring haunted houses, it's unlikely he would be interested in watching Jake unbox a gaming PC. Due to his high variety of content, Jake has divided his subscribers into different compartments, resulting in ridiculous variance in view counts. 1.6 million views followed by 42,000, 3.1 million views followed by 36,000. It's highly possible Jake learned this strategy of uploading wildly different videos from MrBeast, but his case is different. MrBeast makes this work because his ideas are so broad that anyone would find them interesting. Plus, almost every MrBeast video has the exact same tone and editing. Unlike Jake's channel, where if two videos have different concepts, the only thing shared between them is Jake himself. However, for his goals this might not be a bad thing. Jake has said many times that he doesn't obsess over view counts and instead likes to do whatever he feels like. While this does result in lower viewership, it also results in exciting memories. For example, the time when he signed up for his first boxing match at Misfits 006. He was matched against Minikin, who already had some experience boxing beforehand. Considering that this was the first time Jake would step into the ring, he was at a clear disadvantage, but true to his name of the Viking, he performed excellently and managed to get a draw in spite of his inexperience. On a different side of the spectrum, his acting career has been kickstarted due to being cast in a lead role in an upcoming short film produced by by Epic Verse Studio, and throughout all this, his friendship with MrBeast hasn't fizzled out. In late 2021, when MrBeast was running a campaign for Team Seas with the objective of removing 30 million pounds of trash from the ocean, Jake made his own video supporting the cause and encouraging his viewers to donate. In addition, MrBeast has been sending personalized gifts to Jake ever since his departure. Regardless, there are no signs of Jake ever returning to the crew, as it's reasonably obvious that despite his low viewership, he still seems happy with his new life of exploration and adventure.